Hello, my name is Alistair Rowland. I'm the Group General Manager for Travel. I've come here today to update you on a further year in the development of the Travel Group. If you remember, at last year's AGM, we were talking about the start of a new journey with co-op and cooperative travel under the guise of Midcounties, building to a certain level of scale so it's sustainable, in growth and can stand alone. So a year ago, or just over a year ago, the Midcounties travel business was part of the larger co-op buying group, which we know dissolved at the point of the joint venture with Thomas Cook. It had 35 retail shops, a small business that operated from the website cooptravel.co.uk, small call centre business, and a number of home workers. And actually, at that point, a real strategic need to develop its proposition end to end to become a significant player in the market and therefore sustainable. And now here we are. We finished our first full year last year. We've grown 19 retail shops, so we now have 54 in total. A very significant online business now with cooptravel.co.uk. Over 120 home-based travel agents and a buying consortium of our own where we offer our terms and support structures to independent travel agents throughout the UK. The next slide you see here is now the importance of travel to mid-counties. You will see that clearly the largest business is food, and in turnover terms the second largest business is now travel. That's grown significantly as the year's gone on. The travel business itself is in growth by 82%, and adding back the foreign exchange business, the growth in the year is 64%. You'll also see now we have significant coverage where we have strong regional coverage throughout the Midlands, South Midlands. We also have coverage now in the Southwest with an acquisition that I will indeed talk about. And obviously the online business and the home working business and consortium business is UK wide. So here is now what our map of coverage looks like. We've also trialled some new things in retail. What you see here is the new livery of cooptravel.co.uk. That's not been rolled out at this stage, but it is. We have trialled 4 stores in this format in Nottingham, Derby, Shrewsbury and Leamington Spa, and we're measuring how those stores are supported by our customers, whether they like the brand, whether they see the brand as different, and the brand's been very well received. But what we've actually found in our research is that actually customers don't really matter, as long as they don't really mind what the brand is, whether it's co-op, whether it's cooperative, as long as the quality of consultant is there and the quality of service. So what did it all mean? As I've said, well, the 2011-12 year had our travel business at 104 million. For the year we've completed, we grew to 171 million. That's a growth of 64%. And with our plans for the current year, we're thinking of growing with a forecast number of 292 million, making it the second largest business by turnover within Midcounties. And how did we achieve that throughout the last year? Well, we did acquire 7 shops back from the joint venture of Cooperative Travel, Midlands Cooperative and Thomas Cook in the year. We launched our personal travel agents at Co-op Travel model, home working business in April. We acquired Quick Travel, which is an independent home working business based in Tamworth back in March, and then we launched our buying consortium in May, and then we opened the 4 trial stores, as I've already described, towards the end of the year, September, October and November, and we acquired 8 branches, independent branches from in the southwest to help our distribution from Bristol Airport. That's Travel Angels in September. What you'll see here is a Travel Angels branch. We're just about to change the livery there now so that it is Co-op Travel, formerly Travel Angels, and probably in a year's time we'll move to the Co-op Travel brand completely. And here I thought it would be interesting for you to see what an independent travel agent would be like. So there will be no obvious linkage between the independent agent and Midcounties, or indeed Co-operative, but independent agents throughout the UK can look forward to and enjoy the kind of buying scale and support services that we indeed can offer as Midcounties. And we're now one of only 8 accredited bodies in the UK, accredited by the CAA, to offer those services. And are we staying true to our strategy? Well, I think we are. Originally, when it was decided for Midcounties travel business to stand alone outside of the joint venture, we said by 2015 we would be the UK's leading independent travel agent, and indeed the leading travel cooperative. We would have 75 shops, 200 home-based agents, have a leading travel website and a site of choice, 30 independent agents trading as part of the consortium, and we would become an employer and an agent of choice, growing largely by referral with customer and colleague promoters. So we would be a business that would grow organically, we would grow partly by acquisition, but we would grow through inbuilt quality, really, so that referral becomes our most important mechanism for growth. So looking back to the Thomas Cook and Co-operative Travel joint venture, which came into place in October 11, that joint venture did narrow the independent sector by around 10%. It was very painful for independent tour operators because largely the scale that they used to enjoy out of cooperative travel has narrowed as the joint venture will naturally sell most of their own products. So it's been very challenging for independent agents and independent tour operators, and the cooperative experience, what the cooperative stands for, has kind of got lost in the joint venture, and that indeed has become very disappointing. But most disappointing, I think, is that whilst Midcounties have closed no branches in the last year, with the current run of branch closures in the joint venture, over 40% of the branches acquired from cooperative travel and Midlands cooperative will have been closed. So only 60% of the joint venture will have survived going in through the middle of this year. Conversely, that has changed our positioning in the marketplace, and certainly within the trade. We are now the co-op. We are the co-op and cooperative travel. Whenever there's a quote by the trade, whenever there's a quote by ABTA, it's us, it's Midcounties that are now in the forefront of talking about and protecting what an independent agency model actually looks like. So we now speak on behalf of that independent sector. We're referenced in ABTA, we're very close to the CAA, and we've really developed our governance to be very credible and indeed one of the largest independent agents in the UK. And we're multi-award winning. We've just come back from the Agent Awards and won 2 great awards for our performance last year. And so for this year, well, another year of growth. We think we're going to add somewhere between 5 and 10 new retail shops. We're going to add about 50 independent agents, independent home working agents, about 10 independent travel agents to join our consortium. But 2 big things we've got to do. Obviously, with growth through acquisition, you tend to adopt all sorts of travel systems, and we need to consolidate some of those. So a big project for us in the second half of this year is to consolidate our travel systems down to a single system, and we need to own our own product. What we have here is lots of products that we sell really well for third-party tour operators, and we're going to support that. But actually, we want our customers to buy co-op products, and we're going to develop lots of those. What you see here is the top of a website, Co-op Value, and that website will be available online, and it's currently available in the shops, and customers are buying Co-op Value products. They're largely low-cost flights with quality accommodation bought at great value pricing under a co-op banner, and we want to see more of that as we go on. And actually, in January this year, Co-op Value was our 3rd largest tour operator, just behind Thompson and Thomas Cook. So lots more news to come in terms of that. Key strategic issues for us. 10% margin in our retail estate is not enough. That's why we need more tour operating products to move that margin up. The supply of tour operating product is narrowing. There are less tour operators around, lots of tour operators that own their own retail, and that now includes Kuoni, it includes Virgin, as well as Thomas Cook and Thompson, make selling their product much more difficult. And one of the big threats, not a new threat, but a big threat is Google entering the market. Currently the most powerful website. Everybody uses Google to find a website that they're looking for, but they could sit in front of all the travel arrangements, sit in front of even passing somebody to an agent that they're looking for to offer the holiday themselves. So we're keeping a close eye on that. And the other thing about travel is it is largely developed through EU legislation. There's a new package travel directive coming in from 2014 that we're keeping close eyes on. We need to make sure that we have good governance as always. So lots going on in the travel business. Now going to hand you on to Sheena Darby, who's going to give you a full introduction to our new home working business.
Hello there, my name is Sheena Darby. I'm Head of Personal Travel Agents at Co-op Travel, and I'm here to talk to you today about home working in Midcounties Co-operative. We started looking at home working in a new capacity about 18 months ago now, and we recognised that there was a place in the market for a new entrant. And I'm just going to talk you through some of the journey that we've had in the last 18 months. So what is home working? Home working is, as it suggests, this is working from home, and it's a group of travel professionals who, for whatever reason in their career, have chosen to start up their own business as a self-employed travel professional, working from the comfort of their own home. As I mentioned, it is a self-employed role, and the individuals that we have within Personal Travel Agents are highly skilled with a lot of years of experience in the industry. So why have we decided at Midcounties to start a separate home working division? But there is an opportunity in the UK for a new home working business that had the benefit and the security of the Co-operative brand sitting behind it. This acts as a plus factor for both the home worker, because they want to choose somewhere financially secure and with good values for the home for their business, but also it's of added benefit for the customers as they obviously become cooperative members. A lot of our personal travel agents are, because they're based at home, they're actually integrated into their local communities as well. So it's a really good way of getting that reach out into the local communities. And how does it work? Well, I mentioned before that our home workers, our personal travel agents, are self-employed. They work from the comfort of their own home. And what this means is that they have complete flexibility over the hours that they work and to fit in with their life. It may be that somebody has become a mum and still wants to carry on with their travel career. They have years of experience under their belt, but for whatever reason they don't want to do the commute to work, or they do want to flex their work around their home life. So home working really does support that side of things. The way that it works is for every holiday that the personal travel agent books, they receive a cut of the commission that's on that holiday, and we take a cut of commission at Personal Travel Agents at Midcounties, and that covers our support, our bonding, and the fact that we do all the administration for those bookings as well. So we deal with the confirmations and the tickets and arrange for those to be sent to the customers, which leaves our home workers, our personal travel agents, to be doing what they're best at, and that's creating really personal relationships with their customers and selling holidays. So what do we want to be? Well, our vision is to be the UK's leading independent home working retailer, and I put the emphasis on leading rather than largest, because we really do believe at Midcounties that when you're dealing with a certain number of home workers, of personal travel agents, that it's about the quality of the support and the quality of the people that you have in the business, as opposed to the quantity. Our mission, we have two missions, we split it into two because Our home workers choose to put their business with us. They are self-employed. So we have a mission for our home workers, and that is to support travel entrepreneurs to build successful businesses through creating an environment that's easy to operate in and easy to earn more in. Okay. Our mission for the customers is similar to that of our retail shops, and that is to deliver unrivaled personal customer service to our customers and members by providing unbiased and independent travel advice supported by the best products and effective leading edge technology. So what was our opportunity? There are many home working businesses in the UK that are in the travel arena, and however there are none that we believe tick all the boxes that we believe are the essential elements for both for a home working business, but more importantly for a home worker, for a personal travel agent. Because they're self-employed, it's essential that they tick all the boxes that help them operate more effectively and earn more as a result of that. So to create a market leader, we took all of those essential elements and ensured that as a new business, we could tick all those boxes for any home worker wanting to join us. And that's exactly what we've done. Our 3-year plan is to grow around 50 home workers per year. So we started off in 2012, we launched in March, and by the end of the year, we were up to 50 home workers. By the end of 2013, our aim is to be at around 100, and in 2014 to get to 150. However, as I explained before, it's not necessarily about the home worker numbers, but the quality of those individuals. So we are fairly selective with our recruitment process, because we believe that we give the best support to home workers in the arena, and that we want home workers therefore that are going to work with us with that support to maximise their earnings. Our journey so far has been a very exciting one, as I'm sure you can imagine. We started our work in January 2012. We did a lot of preparation in the lead up to launching in April 2012, when our first 6 personal travel agents arrived and trained with us. During last year, we established a lot of ways of working, processes, ensured our systems were sitting correctly, and gradually through the year, more and more personal travel agents joined us. One thing that we did launch last year that we're particularly proud of, that we wanted to be the epicentre of our business and of our communication with our home workers, was our home worker board. And this is a quarterly meeting. The home workers that sit on the board are elected by our home workers, and it's a meeting where we talk about everything that we're going to do and all of our plans as a business, and we run them past and indeed get sign-off from our home workers in order to make sure that we've got a very collaborative approach, but also we've got a very focused approach on what's going to make a difference to our personal travel agents rather than what we think might make a difference. So I've talked a lot about our home workers, about our personal travel agents, and indeed at the AGM we have some of them joining us so that you can talk to them about either their areas of expertise or just about your general holiday plans, or just to find out how they're finding life since joining Midcounties. But let me introduce you to 3 of our home workers. The first is actually a couple, a pair, Helen and Nigel, who joined us last year, and they are specialists in ski, lakes and mountains in particular. And to give you an idea of the expertise that you benefit from when using a personal travel agent, Helen has worked in resort overseas for 18 years. At the point that she finished her overseas work, she then came back to the UK, met Nigel, got married, and they are both absolute ski enthusiasts, and started their business from that point several years ago. They joined us last year, as I say. When you're speaking to Helen and Nigel about, let's say, a ski holiday, They won't just talk about the resort, they won't just talk about the pistes and the level that that resort works for. They will talk about the restaurants that they'd recommend that you go and try out. They'll talk about the clothing and the kit that you need to take, and all of that individual personal expertise that you don't necessarily get from your average travel agent. We also have Jason. Jason again he's worked on the airlines, so he's got a lot of travel knowledge from that. He's also lived and worked out in Benidorm, so he's a real expert in that area. And Jason actually last year did go on holiday, to give you an idea of the level of dedication that our personal travel agents have to gaining information for their customers. He went on holiday with his friends and family to a villa close to Benidorm, and he actually checked out of there for a night so that he could check in to a hotel in Benidorm that was #1 on TripAdvisor, because he'd never stayed there and he wanted to be able to be personally talking about it with experience to his customers. And finally, Danny. Now, Danny again joined us last year. She lives and operates her self-employed business as a home worker from the Channel Islands, from Jersey. And Danny has all of her details, her phone number and everything painted onto her car, so she's well known on the island of Jersey. And when you book a holiday with Danny, she specialises in luxury, niche, high sort of spend holidays, the sort of holiday that you don't want to get wrong. It's a celebration, it's an anniversary, it's a honeymoon, and she specialises in this area. And what Danny tends to do with her customers in Jersey, at the point they get home, she'll personally deliver the tickets before they go. But when they get home, she goes and has a cup of tea with them to talk about how their holiday went and understand the feedback fresh from the customers whilst it's in their mind. So our personal travel agents individually all have an amazing bank of knowledge. They are true travel professionals. They won't just sell you any holiday. They will sell you a holiday that, based on their travel expertise and their years of experience in the industry, that will be a better holiday for you, that will create better memories. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for your interest in our home working business in personal travel agents. But don't just take it from me. We believe we've created a really special business in the last 18 months. And here's what our personal travel agents at our recent conference in Birmingham are saying about it.
So what's great working about for Midcounties as a PTA is obviously the diversity of it. You know, I can be a working mum, I can still have a great career, work from home, so the diversity of it is, for me, is brilliant. I get a real good balance of home life, work life, and obviously the benefits of working with a great brand, Midcounties, and meeting great people along the way as well.
What this job gives us at Midcounties is the freedom to live our lives. We're the wrong side of 40. We travel, we've got a young child, we've got elderly parents, and we combine that with having a very good standard of living and indulging our passion for travel. It's the freedom and flexibility that I was very nervous about embarking on this, having been employed all my life. It was the best thing we've ever done.
Absolutely flexibility for me. I can make dinner for my children, pick them up from school, put them to bed and still work in the evenings, making decent money.
Working for Midcounties as a personal travel agent has offered me great opportunities to develop my career. I've already been in travel for 25 years and I now have the opportunity to look after my clients on a one-to-one basis from home at a time to suit my clients rather than the regular 9 to 5. My clients have opportunity to purchase from a wide perspective of packages, and we have some fantastic commercial terms which gives me a good salary.
Working as PTA for Midcounties, it's been a fantastic opportunity for myself with having a child. I've found it's really flexible working hours, and also coming from a full-time job into working the hours that I do. It's really easy to fit around. I don't have any of the travel expenses, and I've been very fortunate where I haven't actually managed to drop any salary. In fact, it's gone up, so it all helps. And with the support that you get, it's ongoing and it all looks good.
I moved over 6 months ago from being a home worker into a PTA for Midcounties, and the transition has been really very, very good. The best thing for being a PTA, you're in control of your own business, but you've got the basic support and huge family of the Midcounties Co-op, which is great for us as PTAs. Couldn't fault that, and obviously the more I grow my business, the more the Midcounties is there to support me.
I joined Midcounties as one of the first people to join because I believe in the people that are running it, and also as a company it's just nice. I just feel like I'm going in the right direction after a long time of feeling that the rug was being pulled from under me. I've found myself renewed, reinvigorated. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying selling. They don't get in the way of me selling. Midcounties, if anything, I can make a call and say, look, this is stopping me selling, and they'll say, okay, we can deal with that. Just work in that way. I'm joined the home worker board, so I feel that my opinions are heard. So all in all, Midcounties is great for me, and I just can't wait for the future.
Right, having worked for other companies, coming to Midcounties for me means it's a really inclusive place. There's no exclusivity to different groups and different people in different parts of the business. Everyone's in it together, everyone talks to each other, is really, really friendly, supportive, helps each other out. No questions are too small or too stupid, really.